It's coming from the management of Media General. Well, he is an actor, a model, a philanthropist, now an evangelist doing the work of God. But his first love, which is movies, is still there and he's still working. He's out with a new movie called 50-50. Majid Michel is my guest this morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So you realize that in my intro, I was stressing on the model. What happened to that side?
I was about to ask you.
I'm asking you.
I wonder who wrote that. I'm not in control of that.
No, but when you go on your Wikipedia, everywhere it says that you're a model.
I don't know who did that.
Sorry?
No, I'm serious.
You've never been a model?
No.
But you look like one.
Oh, really?
You've never ever wanted to be a model.
Really?
Tell me. You've never ever wanted to be a model.
No. I don't have the looks for a model.
Are you, what did you just say?
I don't have the looks for a model.
Who says? Who says you don't have the looks for a model?
Oh, you're telling me?
No, I can actually tempt you right now to catwalk. Just do something up and down. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, Majid. And you are telling me that you cannot be a model? You passed for one. I think you should have explored that side of you.
No, we studied catwalk in school.
You and who?
Film school.
So then you should have become a model.
No, but the fact that you were taught doesn't mean you fit the role.
You think you are more fit for acting.
I can teach it.
You can
teach catwalk, I can teach modeling.
But you are not a model.
Yes.
Then say
and you have to know your place.
Then say you don't want to be a model.
Oh, you see, you're the influencers that put things in people's heads.
What am I putting in your head?
Oh, you come in the president of Ghana, I'll support you. Then you see the next thing they're campaigning for presidency. Meanwhile, they can't be president.
Majid, you are an evangelist, and the Bible says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So if Christ is strengthening you, who knew that you become an evangelist? Tell me, did you even know?
No. I've never even wanted. When they call me pastor sometimes, I say, I've never wanted to be a pastor. Why are you calling me pastor?
So you see how it happens. So you see, I'm sure that by design in your own mind, you didn't think that you would ever become a man of God. But you see, by design, by God's infinite design, you are now, and they call you an evangelist. You're doing the work of God. You are preaching.
Yeah,
so it's not as who puts things in the minds of people. And sometimes you think that you can't do something, but by the time you open your eyes, you're doing it.
You see, those things, you don't find it. It finds you.
It finds you.
Yes, it's divinity calls you. You know, people like Nelson Mandela, all these people, they didn't wake up wanted to be that.
Right.
It sort of found them, and it was a burden and a responsibility on them. And then you can't do anything about it.
So how did Christ find you? Tell me. How did the work of God find you?
No, so I since 2014 till now, 8 years, I've been on a sort of a search, and it was a heavy burden. So I left film for a very long time, for 8 years actually, and I wanted to conclude completely. I didn't want to be a 50-50.
Right.
They say there is God. Because I grew up, everyone said there's God, there's God. Do I know for myself there is a God? Before the scientist comes out with proof or the evidence or the result that this is true, he's been through 1 million experiments to finally come to a conclusion that this is the answer. The scientists will never go 1, 2, 3 and say, oh, this is it fails, So I had to do my thorough, honest is the word. I had to sincerely do what they said you need to do to find it. So I did that for over 8 years. And in a bit of doing that, going to churches to talk, praying for people who are sick to see if they'll get healed. And then the news came out, I was a pastor. And I have concluded now, and I've come to a resolve and I'm completely settled now that there is a God, and there is not just a God, there is a God who has a will for us. And we have to find that God, have a relationship with that God, and we can identify His will for our lives and for the greater good for everybody's life. And it is real. It is a God who speaks. There's a God who talks. There's a God you can hear from to tell you what to do tomorrow and who to call tomorrow. There's a God who can tell you that don't put this on, put that on.
Okay.
For today. And I've concluded, and it took me 8 years. And I don't think you want to go through 8 years. I mean, if I'm telling you in 8 seconds, just take it. You know, yes.
When you started speaking, you said you started praying for people to see if they will get healed.
Yeah.
So I take it that in the beginning, your belief and your faith was wavering a little bit.
I believe in my faith, especially in Jesus. I always knew God.
Okay.
But let's get specific.
Right.
I always knew God since I was a child. I've always known there's a God. But my struggle was Jesus. So everywhere I went to, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Kenya, I asked the head pastors there, I said, who told you it is Jesus? Why are you saying Jesus did this for you? How do you know it was Jesus who did this for you? Where is Jesus? I kept asking them, and they'll testify to it. Everywhere I traveled to talk to 30,000 people, all that while the news didn't come out that Majid was a pastor. The news came out when I was in a very small church. I don't know if you know Pastor DeLong. He's an actor.
Pastor DeLong is an actor.
Yes.
Yes, I was in school with him.
Oh, yes.
We've had a few movies together.
Right. It was Pastor DeLong's church that the news came out. Because I was praying for people in Pastor DeLong's church, and they were falling. And they were things were happening.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then that's when the news came out, Majid is a pastor. But before that, I had a struggle with Jesus. And I had to come to a conclusion that you know, and I mean, even for the Jews, that's the biggest problem till today. They believe in him, but don't believe he rose.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And I had to conclude for myself. You know, yeah.
Even the Bible says it that you should fight for your own salvation with fear and trembling. You should know God for yourself. And I'm happy that you are in a place where you know Jesus Christ for yourself. And you can actually testify that he talks to us.
Yes.
But oftentimes when he talks, we don't hear.
Yes, because
why don't we hear?
That is why we blame God for a lot of things. It's not a God problem, it is a we problem. You know, God has already done it, but we don't know how to receive. And we don't know how to even listen or hear what he's saying, because we're a bit there's too much noise around us. You know, you're in the car, you play music, you know, you're somewhere, people are talking. There's too much noise around us. There's no stillness in us, and we don't have time. Look how early you woke up this morning.
Yeah, very early.
You know, you don't wake up. You need to be in bed a little bit and then go inside.
Yeah.
It's called the secret place. The secret place is not really your physical closet. It's inside you. It's in the mind. The secret place is in the mind. You can be in a stadium and be talking to God. You can be in the midst of 50,000 people and be talking to God. You know, but sometimes it is the consciousness and the awareness we wake up with. When you wake up, do you wake up knowing who is with you? Or you wake up thinking, it's another struggle and I'm going to do this by myself and I'm going to use my own strength and intelligence and power to do this. Or you are aware that God is with you. You need to have that consciousness and that awareness every day you wake up. Coming here, I knew who was with me in the car. I was alone driving, but I knew who was with me in the car. And if you have this awareness and this consciousness constantly, you will begin to hear. It might not be it might be in your own voice.
Right.
You might think it's your thoughts talking to you. It's called Rayoni. God speaks to us sometimes through ideas. You can have an idea, but it's God driving you to do something. And you need to open up.
Right.
You need to open up and stop fighting it and go with it. There's a lot more I like to talk, but I mean, the time won't be here.
Time,
to do
yeah.
that, and if
But
I start,
we've just made a little time for you because this conversation has been very, very important to us. Now, I can imagine that when all of this started for you, your immediate environment, I'm talking the people you act with. So these ladies and gentlemen in the movie industry. I'm sure you heard things like, Majid, a man of God. Nanya Majid na debe any yese. Majid this, Majid that.
It's rather the opposite.
It didn't happen?
Because I told you, I've always known God. So it's rather those close to me that were not surprised at all. Because
it's been there.
If you hear Yvonne Nelson and I talking, we're talking about God. We're talking about things concerning
spiritual things.
Spiritual things. If you hear John and I talking, John is asking me certain questions. You know, about, okay, how about those that never heard the gospel? How about God, those that never... And these are the things, and this way back. Way back. If you ask all of them, they know. So is my
opposite.
colleagues were not surprised at all. Yeah. You know,
It was
because I
rather
always-
the rest of us
Yes.
who were not very
who
close
didn't
to.
know me, they were the ones that so you made my voice come.
Yes. Hallelujah.
No. I'm toning it down because my voice is too. I'm not sure your microphones can vibrate. Take the vibration.
Your voice. Since you brought it up,
The studio is too small.
Since you brought it up, Majid, let's talk about it. What happened to your voice?
Nothing.
This is not the way you used to sound.
Oh. In 2014, when I started the search, yeah, I had to shut up.
When you started which search?
I told you I went on the search from 2014 till now.
Okay, so the 8-year period.
Yeah, the 8-year period.
When you say you had to shut up, what do you mean?
Well, you know, like I said, there's too much noise around us. Sometimes, you know, you have to listen more than speak more. They say your ears will put you in trouble, but your mouth will.
Right.
You know, and that's why John the Baptist's father's mouth had to be shut. When he disagreed to listen to what the angel told him. Sometimes, you know, you have to shut up. You know, and just take everything in.
Are you so?
But my voice, this is my voice. My voice is there.
This is the one we know.
This is the voice.
This is the one we knew from things we do
what
for
I'm
love.
saying is your studio is too small
To be able to
my
contain the voice. So, are you saying that God had to take your voice away so you stop speaking so He can speak to you?
So He can speak to me.
That's what happened.
Very argumentative. I like to argue, especially things concerning God. And you see, listen, as you are growing up, all the young people listening to me, you will have your philosophies now. You will have your belief systems now. You will have things you hold on to now. But you have to be very open to know that these things will change as you grow up. Certain things you believed in, certain things you trusted so much, certain things you thought were the right things, don't stay right all your life. There's only one truth. They don't stay right all your life. Your mindset will keep changing.
Right.
Things I used to argue about, I can't argue about anymore.
You don't argue anymore.
A lot of things that I believe so much, this was the right thing. No. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Just take your time, relax, and be open and learn more, you know, receive more. You can learn from everybody. You can learn from your mechanic, from the woman selling granules. You can learn from the kinky seller. You can learn from the taxi driver. Just listen to people and learn. But once you know you have the Spirit, it leads you to all truth. It leads you. You will know what to take. You will know what not to take. And it's the same Spirit that gives you the discernment to distinguish between good and evil. Something you think is evil might not be evil.
Majid,
that is why we should stop judging.
Majid,
Yeah.
so word on the street at the time when this voice of yours changed was that you were on top at the time. I remember very well when this journey started for you. You were but a cameraman. You were behind the camera. So you were behind the scenes, not even in front of the camera. Until Things We Do for Love came and there was supposed to be a Lebanese playing your role. And he didn't show up and you were asked to play it just because of the way you look. Of course, you also look Lebanese and that's how we started. And everywhere was now Majid. Everywhere Majid. Nigeria, Ghana, everywhere Africa and the rest of the world. And word on the street at the time was somebody took you somewhere to be able to take this instrument of yours, which is your voice, from you. Is that what happened?
Well, I wouldn't know. Well, I've heard a couple of times. I heard that a couple of times.
Right.
But you see, whenever you might meet prophets, you might meet people that see us, okay, that can tell you stuff about your life. Whenever they tell you something that's negative, like I see you in an accident, or I see that you're about to die, or I see something bad, I see your auntie doing this to you and all that. You know, what they are telling you is the plan of the enemy.
Okay.
The enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy.
Right.
Not kill you physically, kill your dreams, kill your desires, kill your aspirations, steal your joy, you know, not physical killing like how we think it is. And when they tell you these negative things, the question you have to ask them is, so that's a plan of the enemy. Now tell me, what is the plan of God for my life? They might not be able to tell you. You see, they are spiritual journalists. They only give information. What they are seeing is true.
Right.
But there's a higher authority that speaks. And once you can get into the mind of God to hear that information about your life, it suddenly crushes, paralyzes,
voice of the
pulls
enemy.
down all the other plan of the enemy. So you should never buy those things with fear. You shouldn't have any currency of fear to buy that. Reject it right there. Right there, reject it. Do not take it and be afraid, because once you receive it, then you have to go and pray against it. If you don't receive it, you don't even have to pray against it. What you have to focus on is what God's plan is for your life. The devil is there to kill everybody, destroy everybody, steal everybody's, is there to break you down. But there's a plan God has for your life. And that is what your focus must be. Not be distracted by what the small witches are doing and all the wizards. Forget about the witches and wizards, man.
Wow. Majid, you're in a different place right now, and I'm happy to be sitting with you this morning. I'm very excited. Is it difficult for people like you to be able to tell the rest of the world about Christ, and is it easy for them to accept and believe it?
Now, you see, the general rule, first of all, for evangelism, is to win the person's interest to you first. Okay. I don't just walk in there with the Bible and say, hey, look, I come here cooking, look, you see this, you're going to go to hell. If you don't change, if you don't do this, you're going to go to hell, and you're going to burn in hellfire. No, that's how usually they do it, when they come and scare you with hell and scare you with hell. You see, salvation is not even a location. Salvation is liberation of your soul. Amen. Liberation of yourself on earth, not even after you die. And we've made heaven a destination. Heaven is not even a destination in the Bible.
So so it's true. You belong to the people, or to the group of people who believe that there's no heaven, there's no place, a destination.
No. Don't get me wrong.
So is heaven a place?
It is a place.
It is a place that we will eventually get to.
But it's not the destination.
Okay.
The destination is earth still.
Right.
Yes. The Bible never said we live in heaven forever.
This is the earth.
We are coming back on the earth with glorified bodies.
So heaven will be here on earth.
Yes.
It's not somewhere in some space somewhere that we leave everything that we are seeing here just to be there.
There will be a new heaven and a new earth. And we will live on earth. That is where God will rule us from. It will be no other ruler. It will be Him ruling us directly with our glorified skins. But what I'm saying is that is not eternal life. Right. That is not eternal life. Right. So what I'm saying is those that are trying to listen to me to receive Jesus and all that, first there's a rule. And I want to talk to all evangelists out there. You don't just go out there and start preaching Jesus to people. Jesus is a man. You don't preach a man to the people. You preach the kingdom of God and you teach about Jesus. Okay. But you need to win the person's interest to you first. Right. Before the person will start listening to you. But we are bound and afflicted by something called evangelism. Which says, hurry up, go out there fast. Why? Because Jesus is coming tonight, maybe tomorrow. And if you don't save these people, their blood is going to be on your hands and you didn't do your job right. So instead of us to go through the everyday hassle of loving one another, lifting up the downtrodden, feeding the poor, clothing the naked, giving water to the thirsty, visiting those in prison, it's too difficult for us to live that love life. So in order for us to escape that love life, because it's too hard for us to love one another, we're in a hurry doing evangelism. So when we rather have to build a community of people that will reflect the nature of heaven as it is in heaven on earth, instead of us to be doing that, we are in a hurry going around saying, no, I'm going to win souls. Win souls where? You win souls by your lifestyle. Right. You win souls by what you do, not by putting stickers on your car saying, honk if you love Jesus. And me giving you a handout saying, look, Jesus saves, believe in God. And that becomes your witness that you're Christian, not your lifestyle. Right. The stickers is not your witness. So for me to know you're Christian, you have to show me a handout and say, look, take this rhapsody of something. For me to know you're Christian, not the way you're treating me. It's your lifestyle that should make me know you are Christian. Your love, that should make me know you're Christian. Not handouts or stickers or pins,
lapels and all that. Yeah. Yes. That will make people know that you're Christian. It must be your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now, my last question around this 8-year journey. So when all of these was going on, your struggle, trying to find Christ and all that, did you think that you would come back into the movie world, or you were still acting then?
Oh, you see, and I need to say this to everybody out there who is into any kind of ministry and any kind of thing concerning the proclamation of the gospel, you know, because now we've relegated the proclamation of the gospel into simply verbalizing it. And for you to also know I'm Christian only by words.
By words.
And there is no separation between your profession and your calling as an evangelist or as a man of God.
Right.
Unless you have heard yourself that God told you, do not work. Do this full time. Unless you have heard for yourself and you are sure that it was God that told you that do not work. There is no separation. They asked me, Majid, how do you manage the work of God and your acting career? There is no separation.
Right.
My mission field is the entertainment industry.
Okay.
If you are Asamoah Gyan, your mission field
is football.
I say Asamoah Gyan because he's the last one who recently did his book launch.
Exactly.
If you are Asamoah Gyan, your mission field is the sports world.
Right.
If you are Nana Addo, your mission field is the Parliament House and is the presidential area. Now, depending on your area of gifting, where you are called to, that is where you are salt and that is where you are light.
Okay.
So there's no separation.
Right.
My ministry is where is where my talents are, where my giftings are, where I've been called to entertain.
Right.
I'm an entertainer. So in that world, that's what we say, go into the world. Which world?
This world.
The world is not the earth. The earth is a ground, the earth is a physical, the grass, the soil. But the world are the systems that govern the earth. Okay. So the world of entertainment, the world of doctrine, the world of pharmaceuticals, wherever you are called to, that is where you represent Christ in your own capacity.
I see.
So there's no separation.
There's no separation at all. On the TV, but
I thought you were going to show more.
I'll show more. I was saying you need to show more. Purple, you guys get on his page. He says that he wants us to show more. So Purple and the guys at the back, please go on his page. So you're laughing. When did all this start for you? The skating and all that? Where did it come from?
No, we were shooting a movie on set. And then usually you just want to create something. This wasn't part of the film. Okay. This was just us, being creative to do something, on the side. And people loved it. People loved it.
And you've been going on and on and on with the short videos. The last one that we had to cut because, of course, explicit words in there, the one by Black Sharif. Coco the Traveler. It's too early. It's morning TV, so you know the F words and all that. But that's the one that I chanced upon. And a number of people were lambasting you on social media that he's a man of God, he's an evangelist, so why is he standing there doing the F word, F word, F word?
Yeah, you see, strong meat belongs to those who are of full age and mature, who can discern between good and evil. That's what I said. If you're still drinking milk, you're not mature enough to have certain conversations. Right. And I'll only be casting the pearls to the swine if I do that.
Do you think Ghanaians are way too judgmental?
No, it's not Ghanaians. It's everybody in the world. Every human being who is not yet developed to a certain capacity. It's not Ghanaians. It's every human being in the world is judgmental. And that's what I'm saying, that the ultimate thing to do is to get to the place where you can hear. Where you can hear. Because let me tell you, what example can I use? Let me just use one of the examples in the Bible. Okay. So Jesus tells his disciples he's going to die, they're going to catch him, and they're going to do this to him. Peter steps in and said, never, that's not going to happen. I'm going to protect you, I'm going to save you. Right there. Just before this, Jesus told Peter, on this rock I will build my church. After that, you know what Jesus told Peter? Get thee behind me, Satan. You know why? At that moment, Peter, who is thinking he's doing a good thing, it's a good thing to protect you from people coming to kill you.
Exactly.
Isn't it a good thing?
Right, it is.
But once you are standing in the will of God, you are not righteous.
Right.
There's a will.
Right.
This man came to die.
Right.
Once you're stopping his death, you are blocking the will of God to happen. You are Satan. You are classified as a devil himself.
That's why he said, get thee behind me, Satan.
Because Peter didn't know that this man is supposed to die. And that's why he's even here in the first place. He came to die.
Right.
So you need to get in tune with God to know the will of God. It is out of the will that is called unrighteousness. So you might think you're doing the good thing. You are doing the good thing, but the question is it the right thing? Is it the right thing? Because the enemy of good is usually right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I see. Let's talk about you, John Dumelo, and Yvonne Nelson.
Yeah.
How have you maintained being friends? Some time ago, there was a fallout. If those of us looking at it from this side can call it that way, there was a fallout between John Dumelo and then Yvonne Nelson about this whole doomsaw being on different sides of the political divide and all that. It was a whole lot. Thankfully, they patched up. They are not together. But you've never fallen out with any of them, have you?
No.
But you've had fights, I'm sure.
No.
Never?
No.
Not with John?
No.
You've never fought with John?
No.
You've never fought with Yvonne?
How? With anybody.
But how does that happen?
If they come, ask them. Well,
but friends do fight.
Yeah, but...
Have you been faking your friendship with them?
No.
So how have you...
When you say... I can accommodate a lot.
Okay.
And you see, whenever I think, or whenever I discern a weakness or a flaw, my body suddenly indicates me that this person needs help.
Oh.
Yeah. So instead, so if you see how I treat my children, you'll understand, and they need help. So instead of me creating another scenario to be more dramatic, to separate us, I'd rather draw you in.
Right.
Because you need help. And that's a patience I think a lot of people need to have when it comes to other people. Whenever someone gossips, says something behind you, or this person want to say this about me, or the person needs help. And you have to help the person. That is your duty. That is why you are here. And I've always been like that.
So that's how you've maintained your relationship with them.
Yeah, because I believe, you see, if you're on the level plane with demons, that's the only way demons can affect you.
Exactly.
But if you're far above principalities,
they cannot
demons,
play around you or with you.
You're not on their level. They can't play around you. You always have to go above.
Fantastic. I see. So I'm sure it's one of the reasons you are in this new film of yours called 50-50. It's been 13 years that all three of you have been in a movie.
That's Yvonne, John, and I. Yeah.
How did that even play out? 13 years has been a long time.
Very long time. Very long time. Very long time.
So whose idea was 50-50? Yours, Yvonne's, or John's?
No, you see, so Yvonne for the couple of years now has been very, very angry at the movie industry and how we used to make films and suddenly everything went. So Yvonne was going to the government. She was doing everything she could, to revive it.
What accounted for the dip, though?
It was
all of a sudden the Nigerians took over. What accounted for that dip?
No, it wasn't. The Nigerians never took over anything.
So it's never been in Nigeria?
No, it's been in Nigeria.
So what happened?
It was in Ghana at the point, then it went to Nigeria. But the people that were producing the films were businessmen. And then when the internet came along, people started putting free movies on YouTube. At that time, the internet in Ghana wasn't that good. So when you press play, it would be buffering for a very long time. But when the internet came along and other TV stations came along that were showing free African films, whenever you're driving home from work, you know that if I get home, I'll get a free African film to watch. So why should I buy the CD on the road? Now, these producers that were the businessmen, they really couldn't catch up with the new technology that was coming. And because they're businessmen, they're in this because of the money. So when the internet started creating content where you can put watch African movies for free, these businessmen held their money back. And they started investing in other things, like biscuits from China, cutlery from China, other things.
Toothpick from China.
Toothpick from China. They started putting their money somewhere else.
Right.
And we were not producers. We were just actors, you know. So it took a while for us to realize that, then let's do this ourselves.
Okay. Right.
So Yvonne just said, I want to shoot. This Yvonne's like 13th film, man. Yvonne has been shooting for a very long time as in producing. And so I told Yvonne, I said, listen, you see, there's nobody in government right now who's interested in the movie industry, unless an individual, let's say we put Kokiti there, we put you there, and you love film, you will do something for film.
Exactly.
But if the individual leader is in that position, the person's interest is not there, he will never do it.
Very true.
Why didn't Kufuor do an airport?
Right.
Why didn't J.J. Rollins do an airport? Why didn't Atamils do an airport? But why only Muhammad did an airport? Because his interest. That's what he likes.
That's what he likes.
That's what he likes. Why is Akufo-Addo doing a free SHS?
That's
He
his
believes
interest.
in education because he went to school. He believes in school.
So somebody who believed in the arts is what was needed.
If you are there, if you are the president whose desire has been movies and love film, he will do something for
Do you
the
think
industry.
Okwiriku Mante can make a difference?
I'm not very, 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 very close to him to know his interest and to know his passions.
Well, he's deputy minister for the arts at the moment.
Yeah.
Arts and culture.
No, I mean, I can put you anywhere, but it depends on the individual and who you are. You just have to be careful. Politics doesn't get in the way. That does it. So your mindset needs to be something else, because you might be clouded by political agendas, money here and there, knowing how to, because don't confuse, politicians are not leaders.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between
There's a difference and a leader.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the trailer for the newest movie that Majid, Michel, John Dumelo, Yvonne Nelson, and all the rest feature in. It's called 50-50. Let's take a look.
Brother.
One day I go make a You can write this day down, make you my gamma. So make you no judge body, judge my vision. Oh.
Gambling is like a spirit. Once you start, you cannot stop.
One day.
And yes, I'm your cockroach, mammy. Hey, you're back shiny. I am nonsense.
What happened? What did you do?
A woman who sleeps with brothers is not good for any home.
Did you ever love me?
Did you love me?
Sam, I swear there's no other man.
If loving is without you, I'd rather die. I will always love.
This guy loves you. He'll do anything you say.
And then
We kill him. I need my fair share of the game.
Where fair share means what?
50-50, of course. You might as well just kill me, because I am not giving you a dime.
Are you listening to yourself, you idiot? This is your life we are talking about here, not mine.
I'm not even going to go into what role you played and all. The trailer is appetizing enough. When is the premiere?
21st of May.
Okay, this month.
This month.
How much are we paying?
50 cedis, a regular 50
It's 50-50, so we are paying 50
50
cedis.
I mean, Accra Mall, Silver Best University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere we can buy tickets from now? Is it available?
No, not
yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a special number available though for reservations and all? Do you have any numbers yet?
No.
Okay. But
No,
of course, we
but
can get on your
I can't
social
go-
media page,
Yes, the
Yvonne,
information
and
is-
all
if
that.
information is there.
Okay, we can get all that information.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to shoot this movie?
2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Just
But
2 weeks?
We usually take 10 days to shoot.
Oh,
our
to
films.
shoot. So 2 weeks is enough time for you to be able to
I
do
just finished a movie yesterday. We took 25 days
to shoot the movie.
because it was a bigger cast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which places did you shoot this movie? I saw outside Accra in there. There are a few places outside Accra, no?
Yeah. I wasn't in those scenes. I probably don't know where they shot them.
Okay. Okay.
It was
Right.
Ayi Mensa. Ayi Mensa was mostly the area we shot it. Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations to you.
Thank
We'll
you.
be there on the 21st of
Of
May
May.
to support you. That's your
you.
camera. What would you tell the rest of Ghana who've been watching you this morning?
Ghana, I love you guys so much. This is Majid, Michel. Well, I want to invite you 21st of May. Come not just to watch the movie, come and connect, come and network. There'll be a lot of people there you would love to meet. They say, what does that thing say? Your network
Is your network?
is your net worth.
Yeah.
So come and get some contacts. Let's talk. Let's take pictures. Come and have fun. The only reason we do what we do is because of you. Without you, there's no us. You're the only reason. If I'm walking on the street and you don't call me, then I'm the regular guy walking. The only reason you call me and celebrate me is what makes me who I am. So without you, there's no us. Never forget that. And we do these things because of you. I want to end by saying the ultimate thing. I want you to know my 8 years journey. There's one thing I want you to know. There is a God. If you're atheist, you're out there. I used to be in a place like that. It's fine. But there is a God. Not just a God. There's a God who has a will. Find him and have a relationship. Start a relationship the same way you start a relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It's the same way. Start talking to him and start being aware of the fact that he's with you. He's close to you. He never went anywhere. You are the one that left. So come back. Start talking to him. He'll start talking back at you, and he has a will for you. Always know that. Don't forget that.
Majid, God bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming. Thank you so very much.